Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how using things such as highlights, VODs, Twitch clips, odd shots, live caps, all these different other methods, right? To help share a stream moment with someone else. Because who knows, that could attract people to the stream. So, for example, I'm going to use this post that I saw on Reddit yesterday. Um, as you see right here, it's someone playing Guitar Hero. You're like, okay, a lot of people do that. This thing has 280 upvotes, so there's got to be something about it. And you get a bunch of comments down here. And here's the video. You see it has 300, almost 30,000 views. But let's look into the background. Who is this person? Um, so if you look at all their videos, right, 40,000, 30, 30, 16, 34, that seems to be, their average range of viewer count for their video. Sure, you have some outliers, such as there's this 215 right here, this 202 right here. But this number seems to be the biggest from what I can see right here. And this was posted, a while back, this video, but I'm sure that posting it to Our Gaming again got him a lot of views. And now we're gonna say, like, who is this person? You can see that they stream, right? Because they have the chat right here, newest sub, newest monkey, whatever that means. I don't know. But let's watch a little bit. The whole thing about this video is he's playing with each dot is a pixel, so he can't really even see the notes. He's basically playing Through the Fire and the Flames, which is, the hardest song, um,
Yo, Silly
basically
Bones, how
for
you
memory.
doing, man?
And throughout this whole thing, he's
Silly
getting
Bones. I
donations,
like
he's
that
getting
name.
subs, and he's still doing apparently 100% run. Um, so I don't know about you, but I think this is pretty cool. And I might go check out this person's
Holy
stream
shit.
because there was this highlight
What the
moment that
hell?
someone shared, and it seems really cool. Like you can see, he's not even phased.
Rumors.
He's talking to people in chat as well. That's another cool thing. So he knows how to play the song, even though he can't really see the notes. And things like that are really good because they can really get people to watch a streamer that you
rumors.
enjoy watching and you
Be
want
all
to share.
saying, guys.
So once you gather this clip, there are two main ways that you can share it, right? You can post it on a forum, or maybe you can send it to a friend with a nice little message attached to it. And for this example, we're going to use T-Pain, right? A lot of people know he streams, but a lot of people, very many people, have no idea that he streams. He first started off, a couple months ago, playing Doom a little bit when that game came out, and then he started playing Overwatch. He liked it a lot, and then kept playing it for stream after stream. And we're going to use this post right here that I made, about a month ago, back when he first started streaming. I think this was a couple days after his first one, or at least his first Overwatch stream. And, it's titled, T-Pain was trying to find a skin he cosplay as. He said this himself, not me. I was on mobile, so I took, some screen captures. If you look at the hat and you look at the t-shirt colors, maybe he was like, hey, I could do this. I made sure to get some Twitch chat just to make sure people knew it was from his stream and not like something recorded. But more importantly than that, let's look at this. We have 550 upvotes, and I don't care about it, but it just means that it got out to a lot of people, right? And even when the sub was, fairly newish, it still had a lot of people in it. And you look at the top comment, it's holy shit, T-Pain is a streamer, right? So just right there, that's gonna show people, a lot of people, because it's up there, that he streams, and it might get a lot of people to check out his stream. So that's a really popular post. But let's look at something even not popular. So I made a post here. A lot of people have different definitions of what a fail is. Apparently, I have no idea what's funny anymore, which could be the case. I guess I have a bad sense of humor. But this has no upvotes, right? People really, they didn't want to see this. But if you scroll down a little bit, it says, what the fuck, T-Pain streams. So at least there, somebody now knows he streams. So maybe they'll check him out, maybe they won't. Maybe they're talking to a friend down the road, and they're talking about T-Pain, and oh, this guy goes, oh, he streams, by the way. And that person checks him out. Something, getting his name out there, helping him out a little bit. And this was the post, by the way. You might have to turn your volume up a little bit.
The number one. Hit me with the word one. Hit me with Jaun.
So I think it's kind of funny. He drinks a lot on his stream, so he messes up with words and things like that. So he said Jaun instead of Juan. I don't know. I thought it was funny. So you might say, hey, why are you trying to, support T-Pain? He's good, on his own, right? And look, he's got 80,000 followers. You might think that's a lot, but it's really not a lot for someone who's, T-Pain, right? He already has his, size, check out his Twitter. Let's see. You check out his Twitter. He's got 1 million followers. That's a lot of people. You might say, hey, he can do well on his own, right? But why not help him out a little bit? Give him something. Help him out a little bit. Because he really enjoys streaming, right? On his last stream, he actually probably talked for at least 10 minutes about how much he enjoys streaming and playing games because somebody, was making fun of him a lot. And if you look here, he streamed 2 hours on the 23rd, 2 hours here on the 22nd, an hour and a half on the 21st here. So he's doing a lot of streaming, and you should, try to support people that really enjoy it and are having a lot of fun with it. Look, he's even a member of the Vape Nation, man. Like, come on, what more would you want from someone? So here we're going to watch a couple of videos, and these would be, examples of things I would send people and say, like, what is going on here? Like, this is insane. You don't have to raise the volume for this, probably.
Oh, we got to spray.
And something really important to mention is that, there's a difference between, like, streamers and the games they play, right? So I really don't like...
Nah, nigga, nah.
Space.
Oh! Yeah!
So he never notices that he gets revived until it's like too late because he's just sitting there dying and the tire came and killed him. So I don't even enjoy playing or watching Overwatch, right? But I really like T-Pain's streams. I think he's a lot of fun to watch because, things like this are usually, few and far in between on streams. But this happens all the time. So I think his reactions are just really funny. Especially after he's had a few drinks and he might be a little bit out of it. Like, what is he doing, right? Like, what is he doing? And there's just a ton of clips that I have of this. I'll show you 2 more, and you might have a friend, right? Or you might know a lot of people that like watching low gameplay because they feel like if you know how bad people play, you know how to, you would know the small things that matter when playing the game, and then you can improve your own gameplay. Some people think like that, or maybe they just enjoy watching really bad gameplay. And T-Pain understands he's bad at the game. He knows he's not the worst, and he hates when people, call him shit and things like that. But he knows that he's not too good. And look at this play of the game that happened in a match he was in. Like, this is really bad, right? This guy, he's not even moving his mouse. He's going left, right, and just forward and back and shooting.
Don't show him killing me.
Like,
Don't show him killing me.
It's almost hard to watch, right? But it's funny because you see these things, you're like, wow, it kind of blows you away. And here's the last clip. So look at what he does in his camera. It's like, this is insane, right? Like, this guy's insane. Like, he's just on a whole nother level. Like, that's creepy, right? That's something else. Like, you don't get that from watching on V1. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't like that. And one thing to note is it's a lot worse watching videos of things that are, like recorded rather than something live. It's definitely a lot of fun. You look at the chat's what facing, like, what is happening with this person? He's gone insane, things like that. Now let's talk about it a little bit. Why would this be helpful to a lot of people? Well, let's say someone has like 3 viewers, right? And he makes some amazing play, something so smart, and he posts it somewhere. Or you can show it to a friend and they check it out, and people can go like, hey, wow, this guy, he's not only just a good streamer, but he's really good at the game. So I want to check him out and see what he does in the future, right? So they might go over to his channel and check him out. And I've seen it before where someone will post like something about another person. They'll go from 3 viewers to 10 viewers, like concurrently. And that's huge, right? Because think about it, that pushes you up in the list. A lot of people figure, hey, I'm not going to watch people under this certain amount of viewer count because they must be bad. That kind of makes sense, the ideology for that. So a lot of people follow that rule. And a lot of people just don't want to scroll down. But for, people like T-Pain, when they're starting off streaming, it's so important that, they have a good viewership in the beginning so that they don't just drop off and things like that. But also for the smaller streamers, it's good to get them rolling because sometimes people stream for a long time and they can be good people, but nobody clicks their channel, so nobody knows who they are. So maybe, in the next few days, try to get some, like highlights or some VODs and just show it to other people, maybe post it somewhere because it could really help someone out. And, just if you really like watching someone and you feel like they have a lot of potential, that's the one way of supporting them because you're, helping them grow their stream by just getting more people to come in and watch it. Whether it's, T-Pain and his ridiculous antics, or you're watching like a pro player. Because a lot of people are really good streamers, they're really good at the games, but people just don't know who they are. They've never seen their channel because, they just watch really popular people. And they might not be the best people to watch, or they could be, who knows. But maybe make it, your mission in the next few days. to try to, advertise for some people. Tell a friend about a stream, and see maybe they want to check it out because they might enjoy it too.